Vale, pues venga. Está haciendo un par de cositas en el Honkai también, os digo. O sea, está farmeando y todo. Bueno, venga, a ver. Vale, lo dicho, que he estado farmeando. Aparte de que he subido de nivel, por cierto, de que estamos ya casi con la última prueba, con la última nivel de equilibrio, que ya estamos a punto de subir al 6 de equilibrio. Vale, de hecho puedo subir al nivel 6 de equilibrio. Pero bueno, ¿qué he estado haciendo? He estado subiendo un poquito los personajes. De hecho, ahora mismo estoy con Clara, que estoy farmeando los puñeteros. La puñetera experiencia del personaje, que ya veis que me quedan 4 niveles, ¿vale? Para subir, que es que no tengo más por desgracia. Por cierto, ¿cómo se ha recargado esta mierda? Ah, 90. Venga, tira para adentro. Tira para adentro. Capi, échame una mano. Eres el mejor para hacer el área. Y bueno, lo dicho, ¿qué estaba haciendo? Esto, básicamente. O sea, estaba haciendo cálices, estaba haciendo farmeos, estaba haciendo de todo para subirme los personajes que tengo. O sea, he subido Wealth ya al máximo. Kafka también al máximo. Silverworth también al máximo. Y creo que ninguno más. Ahora ya digo, estoy con Clara. Estoy primero con los 5 estrellas y ahora luego pasaré a los 4 estrellas. Realmente de farmeo. Es que realmente tenía ya que ponerme a subir a los personajes al 80 porque ya por desgracia, la historia, la propia historia, lo pide. Pide los personajes al 80. Bueno, perdón, no pide la historia. Lo estoy pidiendo yo con el nivel del mundo. O sea, el nivel del mundo está en el 5. Obviamente necesito nivel 80. Así que bueno, pues es lo que hay. He estado farmando, ya digo, dominios de los talentos, dominios de los. O sea, las sombras paralizadas estas, las que tienen los materiales de los personajes, etcétera. He estado farmeando, sin más ni más, no he hecho historia ni nada. De hecho, la historia lleva ya 2 semanas, creo. Así que bueno. Vale, Clarita puede subir a otro nivel. Un nivel más, venga. Y así estoy todo el rato. 3 niveles le quedan todavía. Vale, como digo, el viajero, también lo he subido, por cierto. Al menos el viajero de Piro, el de físico lo he dejado un poquito apartado. Porque el de físico realmente tiene pocos usos. Pero bueno, me estoy poniendo con Clara ahora y luego me pondré con Bronia. Y ya está, y ya pues lo que toque. Por cierto, no he tirado al final a por el inhibidor este. Al inhibitor. O sea, no le he tirado. El siguiente personaje de 5 estrellas creo que era totalmente nuevo. Creo. Pero bueno, esto lo tengo cogido, ¿verdad? Sí, sí. Esto no está, nunca se ha recargado, la verdad. De momento la cuenta es free to play, aunque tiene lo del pase y la bendición, pero de momento es free to play como tal. No se ha metido pasta para gachas. Vale, lo dicho, ¿qué es lo que quiero hacerme? Pues quiero hacerme esto, básicamente. Aquí tengo la prueba de equilibrio, por cierto, que no tiene nada que ver, pero bueno. Quiero hacerme esto porque necesito hacerme este evento que acaba en 5 días. O sea, esta semana me lo tengo que hacer como tal, como veis. Y por desgracia me lo tengo que hacer, que no lo he empezado, porque me pide el tema de la misión principal. Así que bueno, no sé cómo vamos a acabar, no sé que- cómo vamos a llegar a ello, no sé cuánto vamos a tardar, cuánto vamos a hacer. Las misiones de historia me han durado bastante aquí en el Honkai, han durado bastante. O sea, no vamos a decir que más que Genshin, porque no duran más que Genshin, diría yo. Pero sí que es cierto que tienen bastante texto también. Pero bueno, vamos allá. Tengo que irme por aquí. No me acostumbro, tío, a estar tan encerrado en los mapas, loco. O sea, con el Genshin, como en el Genshin estás acostumbrado al tema de lo. Por cierto, el árbol sigue florecido. No hemos acabado con eso ya. Como estoy tan acostumbrado a la libertad que te proporciona Genshin en lo que es el mapeado, pues aquí estoy un poco raro. Vamos a ver un momento. Un momentito, porque a lo mejor no lo estáis oyendo, ¿verdad? Porque está el uno, ¿ver cierto? Antes de que empiece. Míralo. Casi la cagamos la gente. Casi la cago, tú.
Would you like me to relay your message?
¿Vale? ¿Con quién tenemos que hablar? ¿Con el general?
Can you wait a little moment? The Master Diviner will be here soon.
Oigo tanto japonés, la verdad, que cuando los oigo en inglés, tú, me resulta cuanto menos
She's
raro.
temporarily taken on the General's responsibilities. Before meeting you, she must make the current situation known and fortify public spirit. This is her first real test as a General. I hope she can get used to things quickly.
Ah, la adivinadora, ¿no? Fushuan, sí. La nana. Qué bajita que te cagas.
It's a pleasure to see you all here today, collating casualties and losses, dispatching forces to round up the remnants of the disciples, submitting battle reports to the 6 charioteers. Now I know what Jing Yuan meant when he said, "The highest throne faces the strongest winds." Generalship is no trifling matter. How could I be enjoying myself?
Pues joder, el otro lo estaba disfrutando, no te joder.
I think she's enjoying herself.
Master Diviner, have you summoned us here just to sigh and complain?
Hostia, no me esperaba. Perdón, pero es que no me esperaba ese comentario de sin pelos en la lengua de Welt. O sea, es en plan de. No me esperaba un comentario tan sincero por parte de Welt.
Of course not.
Hostia.
On the contrary, I am eager to thank you all in my official capacity as acting general of the Loufu. Now that things have drawn to a conclusion, it is time to reward you.
Ooh, all those benefits that the General promised. They're finally here! Yippee!
Yes. The Astral Express has braved great evil for the Loufu. Your devotion is evident. After discussions with the 6 charioteers, you are henceforth sworn allies of the Loufu. Within the Loufu's jurisdiction, you are to be treated with the highest standard of diplomatic protocol.
Vamos, ahora cágalo, 7. Con el comentario.
On behalf of the Astral Express, I would like to thank you, Master Diviner.
Ah, pues no.
Oh, wow. Nothing tangible then?
Lo ha dicho.
But at least it sounds pretty cool.
Se lo ha dicho al
Now
final.
that things have been expressed, I still have something to discuss with you. Please, this way.
Ya decía, ya digo, a que lo dice, que no es nada material. Vale. Joder, o sea, en serio, no podías haber hecho una continuación y ya está, no tengo que ir ahí, o sea. Vale, y ahora.
Seriously? Thanking us like that and then immediately sending us on another mission?
It's not a mission. The Stellaron crisis, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus rebellion, the Arbor's resurrection, not to mention the Antimatter Legion infiltrating the Loufu. All of these incidents need reporting at the highest level for investigation. It's just that, having been in the middle of everything, I'm struggling to keep an accurate perspective. I would appreciate if you could go through it all with me, so that I can reacquaint myself with a finer detail. So, where should we begin? It appears that Vantilia was the mastermind behind it all. The Xianzhou warred with the Antimatter Legion in the past, and ever since we have kept a watchful eye on their movements. Few have foreseen the insidious tactics employed in the
splash, por
execution
cierto.
of their assaults.
Aquí.
The Lord Ravager slithered in unnoticed, clandestinely plotting and machinating, and surreptitiously bestowed a Stellaron upon the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. This heinous act instigated an uprising aimed at luring the Loufu into a perilous trap of self-destruction. The present danger posed by the Legion clearly
Por el momento en
demands
automático.
reevaluation. We should proceed cautiously. When the ambrosial arbor was severed by the Rainbow Arbiter thousands of years ago, the abundance became a taboo. Those within the Alchemy Commission, the original masters of the so-called Way of Immortality, were ruined at a stroke. The Commission became a shadow of its former self. Presumably, from that moment on, the seeds of discord for the disciples of Sanctus Medicus had already been planted. Some of them were willing to work with the enemy, acquiring a Stellaron from the Antimatter Legion to try and revive the abundance. They succeeded all right.
Joder,
But
este
why
plan no
would
lo tenían que
Ventilia's
mostrar.
objective to be to realize their wishes? Those traitors gained nothing. They betrayed the Xianzhou only to become sacrificial offerings in the Lord Ravager's grand scheme. The Stellaron Hunters. We know just as little. But in the Matrix of Prescience, I saw a prophecy that Kafka received from Destiny's slave.
Esclavo del destino.
Elio
Se llama
foresaw
Elio.
all manner of possibilities for the Loufu. Based on what Kafka knows, and despite everything being under the control of Elio, that prophecy is indeed the most beneficial future for the Loufu. The Stellaron Hunters walked right into our trap, and even gifted allies, in the form of yourselves, to the Xianzhou. That might sound self-interested, but I hope the feeling is mutual. Now that the future has come true, the Xianzhou has discovered the Legion's intentions, and with everyone's help, has imposed a crushing defeat on Fantilia.
Fíjate, el tiempo que ha tenido que pasar para que te hagan un resumen como este. Es en plan de...
That we may. But as logical as things might seem, there are still many details about which we're uncertain. For example, how was the Stellaron brought onto the Xianzhou? And who sent it onto Scale Gorge Waterscape? How many disciples of Sanctus Medicus still remain at large? All of this is a mystery. Thus far, we've done our best. I'm submitting my report to the Alliance, and I've already got a plan in mind. All of you will feature in the report. But for the sake of Jingyuan, anything related to Xianzhou internal affairs will have names redacted. I hope you can forgive me.
I was about to make the same request, Master Diviner. Since the Arbor's resurrection, I'm sure the Alliance will be poring over every detail of the report. I fear that if the Astral Express gets dragged into matters, leaving will not be an easy task.
Jingyuan has committed quite a few violations this time around, and I'll have to deal with them one by one. Cloud Knight generals are all such a hassle. Before you
Pero estás
leave,
sustituyéndolo, o sea,
please
tampoco te
make time
puedes
to
quejar, ¿no?
recuperate. If there's anywhere you'd like to visit, feel free to take a look. I must attend to some Cloud Knight matters. Farewell for now. Oh, if you pass through Starskiff Haven, I have something that I hope you can give to Yukong. It was all so chaotic. When Fantilia took form, it was as if Ting Yun vanished into thin air. The Cloud Knights were only able to find her fan. She took it with her everywhere. It's currently unclear if Ting Yun was a puppet manipulated by Fantilia, or if some form of deception was used to cloud her vision. I'm already prepared for the worst. Considering how the Legion operates, I fear the fate of the Skyfaring Commission Amicassador may be a bleak one. As for how matters are handled with regards
Es curioso
to
porque
Ting Yun,
realmente es cierto, tenemos una personaje jugable de la cual no sabemos su estado.
I have informed
O
the
sea,
Skyfaring Commission of the events which took place. And I think it would be best if you were the one to deliver this item to Yukong.
I understand. Leave it with us.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Now, let me take a look at my remaining duties for the day. It's quite the list. It's getting late. If you need me, I'll be in the Divination Commission Conclave Hall.
pues ala.
Things have come to a close for now. It's good that you came through unscathed. The Master Diviner asked us to pass on this item of Tingyun's. I'll go to the Palace of Astrum and meet with Yukong. If neither of you has anything urgent, it'd be best if you came too.
Aquí dice 7.
Oh, well, we had a lot of stumbles along the way, but we still managed to kick butt and save the Loufu without breaking a sweat. Feels kinda surreal.
Hemos luchado contra un robot gigante. Yo creo que está a la altura.
You don't sound very happy. It may seem like the Stellaron hunters are controlling everything, but we create our own future. No matter how powerful they are, they can't make a future that doesn't exist come true. Since showing up, we've saved a lot of people and averted disaster for the whole Xianzhou. Who cares whether someone or something was directing it? Be happy.
No creo que le haya dicho el protagonista con tono negativo,
I
pero
was
bueno.
wondering if Diviner Fu could do me a favor. The Matrix of Prescience has amazing powers and can iterate and reiterate Kafka's past. So it got me thinking, if I turned the Matrix on me, could it calculate my past? I was shy. Talking about personal stuff like that in front of everyone? It'd be too embarrassing. When you're free, let's go hit up the Divination Commission together and see what Fu Shen has to say.
Este es el encuentro posible de... Ah, ya decía yo. ¿Dónde estabas tú?
Returning to the Loufu and Scale Gorge waterscape. It's a surreal feeling. I left so determined. Who would have thought that circumstances would draw me back once more? There are only a handful of individuals who know my identity now. I do not wish to guess what could occur if word gets out, but at least for now, I'm safe. I want to meet the current High Elder of the Vidyadhara. It seems I won't be able to cast off Danfeng's negative karma, so I'd like to learn more about his past. I want to find out what I can do to make up for his sins. If you're planning on an extended stay on
Es
the
curioso
Loufu,
porque lo dice como si se hubiera nacido de verdad, pero realmente ha cambiado de aspecto como tal.
I'm sorry.
O sea, un tanto raro. Bueno, al menos ya se acabó el tema de jugar a dos bandas, loco. ¿Falta alguien con quien hablar?
The ambrosial before he left, the general did order that if he were better to wait, subduing the... Oh, I almost forgot.
Vale, había que hablar con esta, no sé por qué, pero bueno, vale. Ya sabía yo que lo que iba a decir era un poco tonto. Vale, ahora sí. Tenemos que dirigirnos aquí.
Can you see the stars from here too?
Esto es una misión de encuentro. Pero curioso que la inicie un perro. Vale.
I see. Please extend my regards to the 10 lords.
I will. Our condolences, Hellmaster.
Esta es a la que rescatamos, ¿verdad?
You have guests. I shall take my leave.
Esta es a la que rescatamos, ¿no? De la que estaba herida.
On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, I would like to thank the crew of the Express for saving the Loufu from the Stellaron crisis.
Madam,
A ver cómo lo
must have
decimos.
heard about Miss Tingyun.
Yes, I have heard. Seeing 4 leave, yet only 3 return, was enough for me to know that Fu Xuan's report was indeed correct. Ting Yun. I still can't believe it. The whole report reads like a bad joke. It's simply unimaginable. The Antimatter Legion on the Xianzhou.
¿Os imagináis que ahora entra por la puerta tal cual?
Ravager? How could someone who spent over 30 years working alongside me at the Skyfaring Commission turn out to be nothing more than a monster in disguise? What happened to the real Ting Yun?
Madam Yukong.
I'm sorry. I understand. It's just hard for me to accept. Thank you for bringing Ting Yun's belongings back to the Palace of Astrum. The Stellaron crisis has cost us too many comrades. Brothers, sisters, children. I want
¿Niños?
to invite all
What?
of you as witnesses to this war to a soul-soothing ceremony hosted by the Skyfaring Commission. Will you consider?
A soul-soothing ceremony?
To put it into short life terms, a funeral. You see, for long-life species of the Xianzhou, death has always been a distant, mystical concept. Ordinarily, the Ten Lords Commission guides people to the Hall of Karma before any symptoms of Mara are detected. There, they leave behind their lives and wait for their time to come. People are used to a short farewell as opposed to a tedious burial process. Given our limited lifespans, the only ones who place value on ceremony are us Foxians. Countless Cloud Knights lost their lives or became Mara-struck during the crisis. The Hall of Karma couldn't take them all in, and so they passed away. All of these sudden deaths and unfulfilled wishes remind us that long-life species still live out insignificant and limited lives. By combining Skyfaring Commission technology with Foxian ceremony, we honor those who have passed on. We place items of the dead onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the stars, to shine brightly among them. It's not just to comfort the dead, those souls who can never talk with us again, but also to comfort their surviving relatives, close friends, and indeed all residents of the Xianzhou. It's also my way of saying farewell to Ting Yun. I know, I'm selfish. She may not have died a Cloud Knight, but she's still one of us here at the Skyfaring Commission. A victim caught up in a wider conflict. I'd like to hold this ceremony as a way of distancing the memory of Ting Yun from the Lord Ravager who tarnished her identity. I can still hardly believe it. I'll use my own methods to locate Ting Yun's whereabouts, but at present, this is the least I can do for her.
Tenemos historia con ella, si mal no me equivoco. Con Yukong, creo. Si mal no me equivoco, creo que está Yukong como encuentro ahora. A lo mejor eso lo resuelve todo.
I hope you can pick some out to place around the star skiff.
Leave this to us. We'll take care of it as per your wishes, Madam Yukong.
Once again, my thanks to all of you. I've asked the judges of the Ten Lords Commission to ratify this soul-soothing ceremony, and have commissioned a special skiff at Stargazer Navalia for the ceremony. If you need anything, that's where I'll be.
Vale. Joder, las escaleras. Esto es lo que jode. O sea, quiero decir, no puedo bajar ahí, en serio, no puedo bajar por aquí. Coño, tengo que usar las escaleras, vale.
You always did say that I like to gossip, and here I am rambling on, proving you right again. If only you were here to cut me off. Oh, it's you. For a moment, I thought she'd return.
La,
Did the
la
Master
timonel.
send you over?
We're here to help sort out Miss Tingyun's things. Madame Yukong wants to use some of them for her soul-soothing ceremony.
Well, I've managed to get through pretty much everything. It's all in this box. Please, take your time.
Okay, let's see what there is. An Ami Cassiter's seal, a small box, a knife,
Un cuchillo.
a bow, and something wrapped up tight. I wonder what this is. Looks like some kind of antique? But who'd want to hold on to something like this?
Oh, Ting Yun explained that one to me. It's a folk statuette from Foxian antiquity. They say it can bring wealth if placed correctly.
Pues en una caja va a hacer
Also a
poco.
note in the package. This is for you, Mr. Yanming. Wishing you fortune and success in every endeavor. Yanming, it seems like this is a gift for you from Miss Tingyun.
I remember asking her for one at the time. This is unexpected. I only mentioned it in passing, but she remembered. Ting Yun and I were from different guilds. We were competitors, but also colleagues. When we used to trade in other lands, we would bring back local specialties and distribute them among friends and other guild members. It became a custom. The rivalry between us and the Whistling Flames to be the Skyfaring Commission's top guild was always fierce. We would gift each other all kinds of bizarre oddities. Candy that made your leg hair grow. A violin that could shatter glass with its piercing shriek. Oh, I was completely unprepared for this. I never thought Ting Yun would leave something behind for me that was so sincere and earnest. If I don't return a gift, I'll lose our little duel. But what could I possibly gift her back?
Huh. Besides the seal, the knife, and the bow, none of this seems like something Miss Tingyun would have kept. I thought she was more about jewelry and beauty. Could there be other things similar to what Yanming got? We should take a look.
There's nothing else, except a handful of seeds. It looks like there's something printed on the bottom of the box. The Sleepless Earl. Let me think. Where have I seen that name before?
I can't cook to save my life, but one thing I'm sure of is that's a kitchen knife. I've never seen Miss Tingyun use anything like that to defend herself. It must be another gift that she never had time to send. There's an ad in the knife case. Spices Supreme. A room alley? Which store is that again? This bow. It's a good bow. It couldn't be meant for me, could it? All right, just kidding. Just trying to liven things up around here. Do you know where we're supposed to take these things?
¡Hala! Yo diría que el sello es lo que tendríamos que llevar. Y el arco es para la Dimonel. Obvio, diría yo, ¿no?
I've never attended a memorial.
Vale, tengo que bajar por allá. Bueno, puedo cruzar también. Hubiera podido cruzar por ahí también. ¿Y el otro dónde está? Ah, vale. Aquí. Vale.
The Sleepless Earl. Was that the name of that tea house at the port when we first got into town?
Yep, me da a mí que sí.
Welcome to the Sleepless Earl. I'm the owner here. The name's Ming Ming. How many of you are there? Oh, this is the tea Miss Ting Yun promised to get for me. She really went to another world for me. She's incredible. When I took over this tea house from my parents, I thought I'd shake things up by creating a new tea product. Famous brews like Whale Tide Spring or vegetations in the alchemy cauldron have been around for millennia, and imported mixed teas have also found a niche. And Miss Ting Yun came to the tea house one day and heard about my troubles. She said she could find
Pero ahora me
a brand new
pregunto,
strain during
esta...
her travels.
O sea, este
One that nobody on the
King
Cienjo
One
had
que
ever
estuvo
tasted.
trayendo cosas, regalando y todo esto,
I just thought she was
¿era
trying to
la
cheer me
falsa
up.
o la
I never
original?
thought she'd actually do it.
Yes. Now that the crisis has been averted and the ports are resuming operations, Miss Ting Yun has been dispatched on business with the Skyfaring Commission out to other worlds.
Oh, really? Well, that's a shame. Well, hold on a sec.
Ah, coño, ya decía, yo digo que se ha dado cuenta tú.
Based on her suggestion, I improved the Whale Tide Spring, Emerald Hills, and Dawn Dew strains to make a new variety with a sweet, long-lasting taste. I called it Ting Yun's Blend. Seeing as she can't enjoy it right now, I'll have to invite all of you to try a cup.
¡Hala! Mezcla de Ting. Ceniza lleva. Por aquí.
Can you see the stars from here too?
Coño.
The Loufu is famous for its mung bean soda.
Cinque.
Gotta give it a try.
Ya, pero ella esta será... Al 6 es posible. El cuchillo de cocina ni de coña. Pero que decía, ¿hay alguna de Kingwe? Sí, ¿verdad? Un caballero de las tierras. Ya he tocado el cielo. Con Well. Entiendo que es con Kingwe, ¿no?
Oh, how's it going? Did you take some time off? See any more of the Cienjo?
Isn't that the place on Aurum Alley over in Exalting Sanctum? All the foodies go there. What about it? Planning on treating me to a feast?
It's the main commercial street in the Exalting Sanctum. Although it's a lot quieter since the whole Stellaron crisis thing. Tourists fresh off the Starskiff always head to Starwatcher Avenue in Starskiff Haven. It's one of those bustling tourist streets. But if you want the real deal on local snacks, you've gotta get to Aurum Alley. I've marked it out for you on your map. Whenever I'm tired of Celestial Jade or slacking off, I head over for a bowl of Granny Chen's tofu. Darn it, now that you've brought it up, I suddenly don't feel like clocking in for work anymore.
Kingwe. Kingwe yo creo que nos representa a todos, o sea, los que tenemos que trabajar, etcétera, y responsabilidades, o sea, yo creo que nos representa a todos. Vale, creo que este es el barrio nuevo que han metido. Joder, sí que es tranquilo, ¿sí?
Spices Supreme. Check out that sign. Here it is.
Honored guests, welcome to our humble eatery. What can we get for you today? Something from Miss Tingyun for me? Oh, what a precious person she is. A sweet thing like her, gifting me a kitchen knife. When she first ate here, I told her my motto: you can't better your own food unless you taste it. Then she got me to talk about my hunting and cooking experiences out on other worlds. She was captivated. She pestered me about dish after dish. At the end, she mentioned she wanted to get me a gift. A sword for a hero and a knife for a chef. That's how she put it. She probably came across some rare mineral and forged it by hand. Look how sharp it is. I bet it'd cut straight through a Thalassa titanium terrapin shell. Miss Tingyun is too kind. Who among the Aram Alley vendors hasn't been spoiled by the generosity of whistling flames? Her grand fare puts
¿Me llamas
small merchants
Silvantes?
like us in touch with big intergalactic vendors. If we're talking gifts, it's us who should be gifting her something. Oh, I heard the trade port is open again for business. Miss Tingyun must be real busy, right?
Miss Tingyun couldn't tear herself away from work, so we've had to
A ver,
keep
realmente
this
no
up for
sabemos si
us
está
today.
muerta. O sea, realmente no les estamos mintiendo.
Thank you
Las
so
cosas como
much.
son. Voy a
Why don't I
dejarle
give you
un
all a
puntito más
demonstration
al
and
micro,
prepare
yo
a
creo.
dish? My treat. I'd love to repay this kindness. Oh, speaking of which, it was our chili beef offal stew that first attracted Miss Tingyun to
Salteado de
our
tripas.
restaurant. It's spicy, sumptuous, and guaranteed to get the mouth watering. Not even a girl as refined as Tingyun could resist the temptation.
About that bow, I think I know who Miss Tingyun intended to gift it to.
Yep.
Mr. Yen Ming said an ambassador will return with a gift for a trusted colleague. The person who Tingyun trusts the most is Madame Yukong, right?
Tiene que haber cofres por aquí, ¿no? Me imagino. Ahí hay uno. No he revisado, John Fu de cofres. No lo he limpiado, Mira, ahí hay otro. Vale, ahora ¿dónde tenemos que ir? Por aquí. Coño, esta zona no la tengo mirada para nada, tú. Pero para nada, tú. Aquí tenemos un puzzle incluso. Hace tiempo que no los hago, ¿Cómo era esto que se tenía que hacer? ¡Epa! Ahí ha brillado eso. Vale, 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 ya lo veo. Vale, ahí hay una. Vale. Vale, 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 ya entendí, ya entendí, ya entendí. Bueno, lo de lentamente entre comillas, O sea, lo de lentamente entre comillas, Pero bueno. Vale, a ver. ¿Qué me cuentas?
What brings you here?
¿Otra vez?
This bow. Did Tingyun pick it out for me? She understood my pain. It's a shame I can no longer do anything for her. 30 years ago, I fought in a terrible war. My comrade and I set sail together, but only I returned. The scars of that war never truly healed. Still, the Loufu traced out its arc of recovery and continued to trade. I felt tired of voyaging, like I'd lost the courage to pull on a bowstring ever again. I hid away in the Skyfaring Commission and buried myself in work, never wanting to see the sky again. Despite rising to Helm Master, my military career hadn't prepared me for the type of meticulous planning work now confronting me. Ting Yun, on the other hand, was a born merchant, always discussing business matters with me and offering up advice, even if she was my subordinate. She never fought alongside me on the battlefield, but in her own way, she became a comrade in arms. Without the help of Ting Yun and the guild, the Loufu would not have been able to recover in the space of just 30 short years.
O sea, sí, Ting-Wan estuvo... Ya la conocí hace 30 años, pero claro, ¿desde cuándo llevas suplantándola? Esa es una buena pregunta.
They would bring prosperity to the Loufu. I was only ever suited to the flames of war. I was wrong. Only when the last minions of the Antimatter Legion are wiped out will I become useless to the Xianzhou. The Xianzhou needs people like me. Those willing to cruise the sky and fight the flames. The star skiff is ready for the ceremony now. Everyone, please place your objects aboard the star skiff.
El sello, ¿no? Es lo que nos queda.
Wait for me! Miss Ting Yun prepared a gift for me. As a fellow ambassador, I cannot fail to honor our custom.
Yanming, what is it that you've prepared?
A ver.
I've brought a paper kite. I know it may seem simple compared to the precious items that Ting Yun gifted others in the past, but it has a deeper meaning. I heard that Foxians have a tradition where paper kites are used to comfort the souls of pilots who can no longer take to the skies. Ting Yun and I were never pilots in the strictest sense of the word, but we spent much of our lives out among the stars. For her to be able to take wing once again would make her very happy.
¡Hala!
Out of all this stuff we've got, what do you think we should place on the star skiff?
El sello. A ver, la reconfortante cometa es de él, no nuestra. ¿Hola? Aunque yo creo por honra lo suyo, la verdad.
This time we needn't compete. Go.
Ah, vale, que tenemos que ponerlo todo. Vale, el sello.
Thank you for everything you've done for the Skyfaring Commission and the Loufu. This small seal is the foundation of the Xianzhou's prosperity.
This is the tea that Meng Ming has made, especially named after you. This is a gift from Miss Yen Sui on behalf of all the restaurants on Arum Alley. You're going to love this.
The Skyfaring Commission shall never forget you, Ting Yun. I will seek out the truth. And if it is discovered that you were taken from us, I swear to avenge your unjust end. It is time for the
Vuelvo a repetir, esto de, o sea, quiero decir, lo más probable es que se solucione en la historia de ella, me imagino. Porque es en plan de, no pueden meterte a un personaje que está literalmente muerto. Vamos, me parecería un poquito de mal gusto, ¿no? Quiero decir, o sea, es en plan de... me parecería de mal gusto, coño, que estuviéramos manejando un personaje que supuestamente está, según la trama, muerta.
Can you see the stars from here too?
Hello. Ah, vale, pero me marcaba la puerta, ¿verdad?
I've never attended a memorial.
No, 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 me marcaba aquí. Me imagino que es un poquito a la referencia de los... de las lámparas, ¿no? Que sueltan en China. Vamos, me imagino que será la referencia. Yo sigo flipando un poco, que realmente lo pienso un poco. Y todo esto que estamos viendo y tal, es una nave espacial.
You should take a rest.
Not yet. I have things I wish to convey to my astral friends. My apologies I couldn't get to you any sooner. Yan Qing made sure that I was fully recuperated. Before you leave the Loufu, there are 2 things I wish to gift the Express.
2 gifts? Has his conscience finally gotten the better of him? Is he going to make up for all our hard work along the way?
Seven, nunca cambies, por favor.
Please, let us reconvene at the seat of divine foresight.
Vale.
You need to keep on living.
Bueno, un huevo la ambientación que hay aquí. O sea, quiero decir, tanta nave y tanta se nota un poco vivo todo esto. Aunque vuelvo a repetir, o sea, en plan de que todo esto sea una nave y tiene huevos.
I once held the same ceremony on the Fenghu, some 30 years or so ago now. Painful memories don't ever fade away with time. I don't want to bear witness to those scenes again. Once I've finished handling the various tasks at hand, I want to aid the Cloud Knights in their investigation. I'll fly out on a star skiff and trace Ting Yun's original flight path onto the Xianzhou. Rest assured, I will leave no stone unturned.
Insisto, lo tendrán que resolver. O sea. Vale, tenemos que irnos para acá. Aquí otra vez.
Can you see the stars from here too?
¿Cuánto llevaremos? 3/4 de hora, tal vez.
Would you like me to relay your message?
O sea, 3/4 de hora seguramente llevaremos. ¿Me la hace automática? Sí, mierda.
Present company is gathered to reiterate the Xianzhou Loufu's esteemed gratitude for the magnanimous actions of the Nameless. I am sure Lady Fu has given voice to this already, but the Loufu is greatly indebted to you. Therefore, on behalf of the Loufu Cloud Knights, I hereby present you with a jade abacus, a symbol of our allied friendship. Back when the Alliance was first established, all those thousands of years ago, the Xianzhou ships swore an oath, etching the record into a jade abacus. The world may crumble, and the heavens may fall, but this oath shall never be broken. The same is true of this.
Hombre, el jade es bastante duro.
It is a record of the Loufu Cloud Knight's promise to the crew of the Astral Express. It is also a beacon. Grip it tightly, and it will send a message to the Jade Abacus here, in my hand. No matter how astronomically distant you are, the Loufu Cloud Knights will always come to the aid of the crew, whatever your need may be.
Wow, now that's what I call a payoff.
Of course, I trust that such an important article will not be used for trivial or inappropriate circumstances. I hope you can understand.
Joder, hacía falta.
Say no more. Sure thing.
Thank you for your generosity.
A ver, yo creo que se encargará Well, ¿no? De todo eso, pero joder, macho.
Don Hong.
General.
In accordance with the edict of the Ten Lords Commission, I am hereby authorized to relieve your banishment decree. From this day henceforth, you may come and go freely on the Loufu.
Nice!
No le
But I
convence del
must
todo,
remind you that the crimes of Don Feng have had far-reaching implications. And some people, such as those in Scale Gorge Waterscape, will not be much moved by the issuance of a paper edict. While I can guarantee your freedom to come and go as you please, I cannot guarantee your safety. Again, I hope you can understand.
I understand.
This issuing of
Es que
gifts
claro,
brings with
creo
it a
que
sense
si no
of
entendí
relief.
mal, como que les
Even my
traicionó.
wound is feeling much improved. The occasion calls for a line or two of poetry. Though I feel my efforts would be overshadowed by the erudition of Lady Fu. Another time, perhaps. The Express and its passengers have a long voyage ahead of them. May that voyage be smooth and untrammeled. I bid you farewell.
Vale. Hala, prueba de la alianza.
Oh, hi. I know we haven't got the chance to get acquainted, but I've heard a lot of good things about the crew from the General. I have to say, I'm very impressed. So soon? I wanted to help the General, but things didn't turn out how I wanted them to be. I've learned my lesson. Also, I have a rather abrupt request. After fighting Don Hung, I feel like my skills are lacking somewhere. If you have any time to coach me...
Lol.
Deal. Safe travels.
Diario del General. Vale, tenemos que hablar con estos. Digo yo que esta también tendrá diálogo. Ah, pues no, esta no. Anda, coño, mira, me han dado una música por esto. Vale. Despídete de las personas que conociste. Yes, pero no serán solo de aquí. Claro, es que solamente me marca las de aquí. Hostia. ¿Y cómo me despido yo de aquí de gente? A ver, ¿quién seguirá por aquí? Es que no sé, o sea, es en plan de... Estoy viendo así un poco por encima, pero es en plan de... ¿Cómo tú identificas a las personas que puedes hablar? No. A ver, no sé si seguirán por aquí. A ver, no sé. Es que ya digo,
Can you see the
voy a seguir
stars
aquí.
from here too?
Are you off then? The Xianzhou Loufu is all the richer for your brief time with us. I offer blessings on behalf of the Skyfaring Commission on the eve of your departure. If you require resupplying during your journey, you can always count on us.
Vale, o sea, tiene que haber más gente, claro, obvio. No sé si ha quedado adentro. Claro, es que es en plan de... como no te lo marca... Uy. No me deja hablar con él. Claro, esto es como si fuera la primera vez que hablamos con él. Vale, la adivinadora. Comisión de adivinación. Hostia, ¿dónde estará? Ahora que lo estoy pensando. Claro, estará por aquí, me imagino, ¿no? En algún lado. No sé qué zona es segura, la verdad. Claro, tenemos que hablar con Fu, ¿no? O la adivina. Pero claro, ya digo, ¿dónde está? Buena pregunta. Buenas tardes. Se puede abrir de momento. Tendré que dar un rodeo. Ya digo, no sé dónde andará la zona segura aquí. Aquí estuvimos con Kafka. ¿Por aquí? O sea... Es que no sé dónde está la zona segura de esto. En la comisión de alquimia no estaría. Es que es las... Ella es de la adivinación, es de aquí, supuestamente. Pero es que no la veo, tú. Vamos a ver allí, yo qué sé. O sea, es que no sé. Es que claro, al no marcártelo fue una putada enorme. O sea, si no te lo marca, ¿cómo lo vas a saber? Vale, esto es zona segura. Vale, tiene que estar aquí entonces. Ahí está.
Are you here to say goodbye? There's no need to be so anxious. I predict that you will return to the Xianzhou often, and you will definitely continue to trouble us when you do. Therefore, forget about any farewells. All right, okay, I understand. I wish your travels be fleeting of foot.
Es que, vamos a ver, sigue siendo una despedida. Es que es eso. Y me sigue contando. ¿Quién más me falta, tú? ¿Quién más me puede faltar, tú? Mira, este boss ni siquiera lo he activado, tú. O sea, ¿quién más me puede faltar? ¿Alguien de aquí, tú? Es que es lo que digo, o sea, es que como no te lo marca, ¿cómo interpretas tú quién te queda? Vale, esto ya no es zona segura. Pues yo aquí no estoy viendo a nadie que me suene de historia. What the fuck? En fin. Sí, esto ya no es zona segura, es que... No tengo ni idea. Aquí en el desfiladero de escamas no debería haber nadie, entre comillas. O sea, no debería haber nadie aquí, ¿no? No conocimos a nadie aquí. Es que ni zorra, ¿eh? A ver, hemos hablado supuestamente con los principales, también digo, ¿eh? O sea, hemos supuestamente hablado con los principales. Me faltaría King One, supuestamente. Supuestamente me faltaría King One, pero claro. ¿Dónde está? Buena pregunta.
Can you see the stars from here too?
Es que no la veo. Es que ahí está la cosa. O sea, ya hemos pasado por aquí antes.
Have you read the novel about the Ten Lords?
Si al menos te los marcaran, diría vale, pero es que no te los marcan siquiera. Así que es algo un poco... Uf.
You'd be a tool to miss a
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced?
No, aquí no hay ni Peter. Pues nada, vamos otra vez para allá y nos despedimos del viaje. Es que claro, no sé cuántos me faltan, o sea... No sé si me... Es que no te lo marca siquiera, claro. Es que no te lo marca, o sea... A ver, es opcional, que no pasa nada, ¿sabes? Pero es en plan de... Joder. Te lo debería de marcar.
What is your purpose for entering?
O sea, te lo debería de marcar, pero bueno. Happens, o sea... Es en plan de que se le va a hacer. O sea, no está...
Himiko messaged me. The Express detected the Jade Gate's reopening. She asked whether we'd be heading back anytime soon. She was also asking after you, Danhung. I think it'd be best if you update her in person, don't you think?
She must have been worried. I'll return to the train and put her mind at rest.
Himeko must be eager to hear about what we've been up to on this mission too, right? Hang on. Oh, how could I forget? We should bring something back for the conductor. Have you got any unfinished business on the Xianzhou?
Creo que no.
I've got goldfish memory. We haven't had a chance to say goodbye to everyone we met so far on this trip.
Fine, fine. Danhung and I will go back to the Express. The two of you come back soon, okay?
Don't worry, Mr. Yang.
O sea, me lo va a marcar al final. Ah, vale, reúnete con... Reúnete en el vagón. Vale, directamente tienes que ir al vagón. Ya digo, es que... Joder, qué mapa, madre mía, Dios, es enorme. Es que ya digo... No sé dónde cojones puede estar la peña que me falta por despedirme. Es que ahí está el problema. Al no saber dónde está la peña, ¿me voy a recorrer todo el mapa? Pues no. La verdad, prefiero terminar ya.
There's a dreamlike quality to watching these star skiffs depart through the Jade Gate. How long will these ships sail? And which stars are they traveling to?
From a universal perspective, there is little difference between the lives of long and short-lived species. The transcendence that the Xianzhou pursues is nothing compared to the enduring majesty of the stars. And the grief felt here is no different from our own.
Ya digo, no me acuerdo dónde están. Ya está.
Yeah, you're back. Himiko and I were just discussing our journey. This little excursion has reached its conclusion.
Pequeña excursión,
All
joder.
things must come to an end. Still, some endings spark a new beginning.
Next time, I think I should be the one trailblazing with you guys. Welt can stay on the Express.
Since when did the work roster just change like that?
Eso tengo mucha curiosidad. ¿Cómo será el siguiente?
Do you remember? Before Kafka's proposal, that was our original destination. The Express's records show that Penacony was a prison planet used by the IPC to exile criminals.
Una
At least,
prisión.
it was at the time of recording. However, following a Stellaron burst, the planet fell into the arms of Shipe. They say it's been transformed into a prosperous and ethereal realm.
Próspero y
The
etéreo.
family is throwing a
What?
banquet there, and they sent invitations out to the Express. I was curious about the state of the planet, so I accepted. When the conductor is ready, we can set off for the next stop.
Hostia, mucha curiosidad. ¿Va a ser futurista? ¿Va a ser en plan holográfico o qué? Es que lo de decir lo de etéreo. Locha, hostia. ¿Qué hace aquí?
All who enter here are either jailers or prisoners. Which are you?
Neither. I'm merely a lost traveler.
What a spectacle. The Stellaron, the Ambrosial Arbor, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, the Lord Ravager. A series of threats that almost succeeded in diverting attention away from the crucial question. They who brought the Stellaron onto the Xianzhou, what was their motive? Will you surrender, or do you require encouragement? Abomination of Yaoshi.
General, my power does indeed stem from the abundance. But I'm the same as you. We are both enemies of Yaoshi.
That's right, Jingyuan. Stay out of our way. The revival of the Arbor is an omen. It's time for the Xianzhou to choose its next path. The Rainbow Arbiter,
Hostia, su
the
maestra.
Plague's author, the Ruin author. This is a chess game between eons. If you don't stand with the winners, you stand to lose. And this time, we will put the abundance in their grave.
A ver, pero esta escena... A ver. Esta escena final como que se han venido muy arriba, ¿no? O sea, quiero decir, primero, Locha, ¿qué coño pinta aquí? Segundo, ¿qué cojones hace viva la maestra del general? Si la mató con sus propias manos. ¿Hola? ¿Qué cojones, tú? El dragón vuelve a su hogar. Es la misión de 5 estrellas. Pues ok, primos.
Our time on the Xianzhou has come to an end. Back to the original.
Penacony is throwing a banquet. I've received an invitation from the family. When the conductor is ready, we can set off for the next stop.
O sea, es que sigo flipando un poco con la escena final. O sea, es en plan de... ¿Qué tremenda fumada se han dado? O sea, qué tremenda fumada se han dado. Pero literal, ¿eh? Digo, 7 de marzo estará aquí. No. O sea... Vale. Bueno, en fin, ahora hay que hacer lo que viene siendo el evento este. Vale, ya lo tengo disponible, pero bueno. Que es, por cierto, personaje invitado, ¿vale? 6 días, 5 días. Espero que pueda hacerlo antes de volver al curro. tiene pinta un poco de... un poco largo, ¿eh? Un poco largo, ya lo veré lo que hago. No lo quiero hacer. Los eventos del juego no los quiero hacer en directo, la verdad, porque es en plan de no me parecen tan entretenidos como la historia. La historia al menos es entretenida, se ve visual bien, pero es que el contenido como tal del juego querría hacerlo para mí como tal. Así que bueno. Vale. Lo dicho, no, tampoco quería yo ponerme a hacer mucho, la verdad, esto ya lo haré yo fuera de cámara y tal, y punto. Así que nada más. De hecho, no sé si seguiré subiendo a YouTube el tema de... El tema de Honkai, porque siendo sincero es que estoy subiendo solamente la historia y a lo mejor me he subido algún que otro encuentro de los acompañantes y toda la pesca. Y mira todo lo que tengo acumulado. Joder. En fin, pero bueno, lo suyo es que me haga, por cierto, esto, la prueba del equilibrio, básicamente para ya grabarlo todo al máximo. Y poco más, ya digo, tengo que seguir subiendo los personajes, o sea, básicamente, porque los personajes todos tendrían que estar ya al 80. No tengo tantos personajes, la verdad. No tengo tantos personajes, o sea, las cosas como son. Que por cierto, voy a terminar esto un poquito. Bien, y vamos a darle aquí estas dos tiraditas, a ver qué sale. Que el 5 estrellas tendría que estar al caer, porque hace que no cae bastante, o sea... Así que bueno. Nada, 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 nada. Va a ser un 4 estrellas solo. Sí, un 4 estrellas al final el último, tú. ¡Oh! ¡Oh! Este le quería. Este cono le quería, tú. La lección de Landau. Este le quería. Este es buenísimo para el viajero, tú. Este es buenísimo para el viajero. Hostia, un cono que quiero, gracias. Madre mía. Nah, 4 estrellas también. Hostia, joder, es que me haya dado ese cono de luego me da una alegría hoy ya, ¿eh? Porque era un cono que quería para el viajero, porque al viajero creo que le tengo equipado con el de ámbar. O sea, con el de ámbar que es de 3 estrellas solo. O sea, y no quería subir el de 3 estrellas. A más de lo que está ahora mismo. ¡Oh! Hostia. Esto es punto negativo, ¿eh? Gerta es un punto negativo. Vale, pues ya está. Vale. Aquí, como veis... Bueno, como veis... historial, aquí. Kafka fue mi última tirada aquí, la verdad. Y no sé si tirar por Invivitor o no, la verdad. Dicen que es el mejor, ahora actualmente que es el mejor DPS del juego. Me lo creo, siendo sincero. La verdad es que las constelaciones que dan no están mal porque creo que ninguna de estas está bien con constelación, la verdad. No tiene ediones, creo, si mal no me equivoco. O sea, si mal no me equivoco, creo que no tengo ediones de ellas. Bueno, estaríamos a punto de tener el 4. Podríamos tener el 4. De 7. Joder, puede activarse una vez más por esto. Está bastante bien, ¿eh? Además, la cantidad de daño va equivalente a la defensa, lo cual está muy bien. O sea, 2 constelaciones de marzo vendrían de puta madre. La E5. Y aquí que tenemos la 1, que creo que la 1 era básica, creo que dijeron, no era la segunda, no lo sé. Pero bueno. Están bien porque no las tengo, pero... Es que imaginario ya tengo, quiero decir. O sea, no necesito personaje imaginario porque tenemos a Welt. Tenemos a Welt y ahora tenemos hasta... a Yukon. O sea, así que... tener tengo, o sea... Imaginario ahora. No me corre ninguna prisa. Los próximos... ¿Cuáles anunciaron que eran? Los anunciaron ya, ¿no? Ya salieron anunciados, si mal no me equivoco. ¿No anunciaron ya los próximos? A mí me suena que sí. Pero no me acuerdo. ¿Cuáles eran? ¿Cuáles eran los próximos, tío? Que no me acuerdo. Ah, coño, mira, los tenemos aquí. Lynch era el siguiente personaje. Lynch de 4 estrellas, pero creo que había de 5. De 5 también había nuevos, coño. Ah, sí. Fu, la adivinación, la adivinadora. Una es Fu, la adivinadora. ¿Y quién es el otro personaje? Coño, ¿quién fue el otro personaje que anunciaron, cojones? Sí, la adivinadora y alguien más subieron, dijeron que iban a venir, pero creo no me acuerdo ahora mismo. Ah, Topaz. Sí, que venían un huevo. Sí, sí, ahora vienen un huevo. Ah, coño. Claro, Jingliu. Jingliu, que es la maestra, la que acabamos de ver ahora en el tráiler. La que acabamos, perdón, la que acabamos de ver ahora en la escena final. Esa es la que viene también. Viene ella, viene la adivinadora Fu y luego de 4 estrellas vienen 3 personajes. O sea, viene cargadito, ¿eh? O sea, viene cargadito el próximo parche. Joder, si viene cargado. Hostia, si viene cargado el próximo parche. Además con fuego y hielo, que no hay muchos. O sea, sí, yo me lo voy a guardar, yo creo. Es que lo malo de aquí del Honkai es que no hay algo como en el Genshin que son los arcontes, ¿sabéis? Que son digámoslo así, los que supuestamente son los personajes más poderosos, que son los arcontes en Genshin. Aquí, pues como que no queda muy claro, ¿no? De dónde tira el juego para el tema para el tema del canon, por así decirlo. Así que no sé. Bueno, lo voy a dejar aquí. Vale, vamos a dejarlo aquí. Ya digo, tengo que hacer el evento este El evento este de Loufu, pero eso lo voy a hacer yo para mí. Porque seguramente sea una chorrada como una casa, igual que